Hey everybody, welcome back to the Renewed Homestead. Ben and Denise here, and it's fall, and it's time for some seasonal chores that we've been working on the last couple of days. But first, we wanted to
Wanted to say a prayer for everybody in Florida. We know Ian has just devastated the west coast of Florida, so our thoughts and our prayers are with y'all.
Hurricane Ian, that is.
Yes.
And it's bearing down on us. We're expecting up to 8 inches of rain, supposedly. So it's part of the reason we're getting some of these chores done now, like the chicken coop.
Yes. Spring cleaning, so to speak, in the fall. As y'all know, we're doing the deep litter method, but it was time to get it cleaned out. So got all the spider webs down. Got everything wiped down, disinfected. Got all the litter out. Where did that litter go? That litter went to our garden, which is to the right of us. And that is going to actually sit there over winter. And that's what we did with our shop garden and last year, and it did amazing. The best soil on the property. So we've got our compost in there as well, and the chicken litter. So that is going to just really feed that soil.
And rabbit litter.
And yep, and rabbit litter's going in there as well as the food forest.
Spread out, ready to go, and ready for that rain to saturate it and
yes,
put those vitamins and minerals back,
all of that
back in the dirt.
Back in the dirt.
So.
And then where the potatoes were last year, we've got a cover crop in.
Yep.
So we got that all weeded out, got the cover crop down.
And the cover crops up in the corn garden as well.
Yep, the corn garden that the deer got to last year that we were trying to do that experiment, but we've got a fall cover crop that's in there. So we had to get that all weeded out, mowed out, weeded out, get the cover crop down to get that ready because that'll feed the soil. And then what we're going to do once that dies back, we're going to put a whole lot of wood chips on top of it to suppress those weeds, but also all the cover crop that has died back, all of those nutrients will go back into that soil. So, and speaking of wood chips, we got a nice little bonus, didn't we?
Yeah, well, as I like to say, you get 100% of what you don't ask for. Well, we stopped by a sawmill down locally, and our neighbor Larry said that they usually have some wood chips. I guess they are contracted with our local power company, and they clean along the lines and they chip up the trees and all that. And so we stopped in and wound up talking to the owner's son, and he's like, "Oh, you need wood chips? Well, where are you?" And talked about it. And he's like, "Yeah, next week we'll probably have loads of them for you." So
which is good. We need loads.
Yeah, definitely good. And at the same time, I'd ask about slabs. Now, when they mill a log, the outside where the bark is, the curve, they cut that off so you get square lumber. Well, those slabs, I was asking about those because like Zach at American Homestead gets truckloads of those, and that's what he uses for firewood. So that's why I was asking. He's like, "Well, we don't necessarily have slabs, but you see that big pile of wood over there that's already cut up, and a lot of it's already split." He's like, "Help yourself. It helps us by getting it out of our way, and you've got firewood for the winter." He's like, "We have some churches that'll sometimes pick some up, but he's like, a lot of it just sits there. So help yourself to all you want."
So you don't have to go cut down trees.
I don't have to cut down trees or drag them out. You know, the dead ones that are up in the forest, drag those down and cut them up. And there's actually some scrap lumber from when they're milling. You know, the pieces that are curved or whatever. He's like, anything that's in that scrap pile, help yourself to that too. So
yeah, and wouldn't it be 0% of what you don't ask for?
You get 100% of what you don't ask for.
But you don't get anything if you don't ask for it.
Right. And you get 100% of nothing.
Okay, I think I understand.
You don't get anything if you don't ask.
IT brain, sorry y'all.
Yeah. Yes.
So, and then Ben has been shoring up our barn. So we have the guinea keets that y'all saw. Well, one of the guineas that we thought we had lost showed up with 6 keets. So they are in with her because, you know, guineas, they like to die, and they're not. And she's actually seems like a really good mother.
She's been okay.
She's been a good mother. She lost one, but that's normal. But guinea keets just like to die, and if you let them out with their keets are going to die because they will lose track of them, or they will run them through the wet grass in the morning, and then they'll get cold and die. And
the mornings are getting cold.
In the mornings, yeah, oh yeah, it was in the 30s this morning when 37, I think. So it's cold.
Cool enough quick.
So we wanted to get the barn shored up just to make sure that the keets are safe, that they can't get under anything, that they don't get under the chicken wire. And then we also shored it up to make sure no predators could get in.
We also do still have the 2 guineas up in the pasture sitting on eggs. And I took some corn up there yesterday, and one refused to get up. She just ate the corn sitting there. I don't know how many eggs she's on. The other one stood up and turned around, and I did a quick estimate. She's sitting on over 60 guinea eggs.
I don't think they'll all hatch.
Oh, they're not all going to hatch, but
we already have a lot of keets, and we'd love to get them in the barn. They're not going to go in the barn, and so they're really close to the shop. So we're praying that they stay safe. All the other guineas are in the barn at night, locked up, you know, and then they're let out during the day. But, you know, we'll see what happens. But we got the barn shored up, so it's safe. So it was safe before, but it wasn't as safe as we would have liked it for little keets. Yeah. So that's all shored up, and then a little more predator proof. Thankfully, we haven't had any predators in there since the opossum got in there. It's been a while, but don't want to take a chance, especially with winter coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cleaning out the rabbit cages, which is what we do on a regular basis, but that had to be done. And
Here's a big bunny. Here's a big bunny. Say hi to the folks. Biddy, biddy, biddy. That's all, folks. I see. Hi. Okay, so speaking of cleaning out the chicken coop, we did a little bit different than last year, or last season when you cleaned it out, because you did, what, 10 loads?
Oh, I did at least 20 last year. So what I had to do was take the wheelbarrow, go to the chicken coop, put the litter in it, go to the garden, dump it, come back.
Uphill.
Uphill, yeah.
Uphill with it full and downhill with it empty.
Yeah, and as y'all know, we're in the mountains, so there's nothing flat. I was talking to my girlfriend, and I was trying to kind of explain the topography because she hasn't been here. And I was like, well, no, I said we go up to our garden, down to the chicken coop, up to the duck house, down to our barn, up to the shop.
Well, really to the barn, we go down and then back up to get to the barn.
Yes. So,
And the shop.
yeah, so it's just, we're in the mountains, y'all. It's just, but yeah, so I was having to do this. I did it at least 20 times last year. So with the quad, he got a little trailer, and oh, that made a huge difference.
Did it in four loads. Four loads and didn't have to pull one by hand.
That was so nice.
Don't tell her I had it last season when she moved it.
Oh, gee, thanks.
No, we didn't.
I didn't think so. We didn't have the quad that time.
No?
No, we didn't have the quad when I did it last year.
I was feeling bad. Great, now I have guilt.
What have we done? Great, now I have guilt.
Right. Yeah, I think that's good.
Repurposing the mineral feeder, right?
Yeah. So we just, this, it's just part of homesteading. It's part of, the seasonal chores. You got to get the chicken coop cleaned out and you got to get the garden ready. I mean, even though we know spring's several months away, you've got to start thinking about that stuff in the fall.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and we're still collecting seeds from the Tommy
Toe tomatoes.
Toes, yeah, they're finally ripening up.
We had a few mortgage lifters that were starting to ripen, and a deer got back in the garden. So, yeah.
Deer season opens really soon.
Well, it's open now for archery, so we are working on practicing with the crossbow.
Yeah, because I can pretty much just walk up to them. I mean, in fact, I'm surprised we don't see any right now.
Yeah, this time of night they usually do. Rifle season doesn't start till November. But it is archery season, and black powder starts next week. So, but we don't have any.
Have a black powder.
Yeah, we don't have black powder guns. So,
we
wanted
don't have any guns. They all sank in a boating accident.
That's right.
That's right. They're all gone.
That's right.
All
yes.
gone. All we have is the crossbow.
That's right, and that's gonna sink too soon.
Well, the crossbow, yeah, possibly. Yeah.
So,
It might.
so we should edit that out.
Probably should.
All right, y'all. So we took the camera around with us to show you some of what we were doing over the last couple of days to get ready really for next year, really.
And the bigger project, trying to get the mortgage paid off. I've been over painting. The house in the next holler over. I've been working on that, so I took a few minutes of video of that, but just yeah, it's a neat old 1920s farmhouse, and made a new friend out of it. Donald's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Enjoy talking to him. Some pretty flowers.
Yes, beautiful flowers. Tater roses.
Yeah, tater roses.
We never heard of them. They're beautiful. He brought me some home today.
Yeah, kind of like a daisy, but more elaborate.
Almost seems like a carnation. Almost thought they were carnations at first, but bigger.
Yeah, we'll throw a picture of them in there for you.
They are beautiful.
Pretty.
Let us know if you ever heard of tater rose. We had never heard of it.
Yeah, I was looking for some seeds. They're all blooming right now. There's no seeds, but I'll get some.
Yes.
And he said they come back year after year. He just cuts them off, throws some straw over it. Next season, they're up and
apparently the deer don't eat them.
Yeah.
So that's a bonus.
Yeah. Too bad we can't. Used to be one thing that that the deer don't get that we want to eat.
Right.
So, yeah, it's starting to cool off quick. You can see the sun's just about down for our holler, and
yeah, we're gonna go in and get dinner ready, and if I come back out, I'm gonna have a sweater.
definitely, yes.
Yes, but I hope y'all are doing well. Just wanted to kind of show you what we've been up to.
Yep. All right, well, get down there and subscribe. Hit that little bell button, and that way you're notified when we upload new videos. And
Absolutely.
Make sure you give us the thumbs up, of course.
Absolutely. Wake
And,
up that algorithm.
Yeah, yes, please. Yeah, something needs to wake up that algorithm there.
Oh.
But there is still a little bit of room left for the get-together on October 22nd with pinball and the renewed homestead, as of course. Permapastures Farms. And yeah, and we do have comfrey for sale, so renewedhomestead.com. And if you want to come to the get-together, send us an email at renewedhomestead@gmail.com.
Yes, and probably comfrey for, I would say, probably another few weeks, and then it'll be done for the season.
Then you're going to want to wait till spring anyway.
Absolutely.
At that point. So.
Yeah, absolutely, because the ground won't be workable for too much longer. So.
No. Unless you're in Arizona.
That's true, or Texas.
Texas, yeah, there's a few places.
A few places.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Well, thanks for coming along. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other. And if you're in the path of the hurricane, batten down the hatches, and we're praying for you. And
well, thankfully now it's a tropical storm, but yeah.
But yes, so anyway, we pray for you all anyway, and hopefully you pray for us as well. And we will continue to bring you the best video footage that we can.
Yes, and it's getting cold.
It is getting cold.
Chilly.
Getting cold, yeah. And maybe a chuckle or two while we're at it.
Yes.
So, all right, take care, everybody. We'll see you on the next video. Get the pet spayed and neutered. God bless.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.